Oh, good.
The Rule 30.
I know. Remember I told you we could
Yeah.
talk about Overwatch porn forever?
Yeah.
Trust me, the minute it hit, I knew.
I've watched Overwatch porn.
I want
Overwatch porn is so
Educationally.
good.
I want you
No.
listeners out there to just
Not
imagine.
educationally.
Imagine Felix's eyes lighting up when he went, "Oh, good."
Oh, good, great.
Just yeah.
I've got no shame. I'm watching Overwatch
No,
porn. Why not?
I'm just like
We all have.
You're,
We all
you're,
have.
you're dealing with
yeah.
an issue right now, right? That's outside of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
This brought you right back in.
You're like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
right
the
back.
porn.
Perked right up.
Yeah.
The porn. We could talk about that.
You're listening to the Emergent Gamer Podcast. This is Felix Hergood. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
What?
Oh, what, I didn't even say what episode.
Yeah.
What? This is episode 156.
156.
Yes.
Are you sure?
As far as I know.
I wasn't sure.
Well, I edited 155 last.
Then that's good. Okay, then we're good. Someone's got a reference point somewhere.
Yeah. So this is episode 156. And who do I have to my left?
You got Neo Yoshi. What's up?
Neo Aoshi. And who do I have sitting across the table?
It's Trip Zero. What's up, dude?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm
Hey,
in the
Trip
captain's
Zero.
chair. It's weird.
You are. Yeah. The producer tonight is
am.
Trip Zero. I'm not in my comfort zone, but it's amazing.
Yeah, you're sitting
Do
next
you-
to me. You're
do you
not
feel
across
like-
from
I've
me.
given you the reins.
Do you feel less?
I see in your personal space.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It feels weird.
What do I want to say? Do you feel less like weight on your shoulders?
Yeah. In some ways. And then in other ways, not. Because I'm not like really... I don't have the headphones on my head.
Usually, you've been listening to these, so
Yeah.
you have a good feel for the show.
I'm not actually somebody who has a problem relinquishing control of the creative flow
Sure.
of the show. You know, like
I
I
do.
don't think I'll be. I don't think I'll have a problem with that. You know.
You're good with less to do.
Yeah, I'd be okay with less
Sure.
to do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
I'm in touch with that.
Okay. And then guest host.
Hey, everyone. It's Flower.
Flower.
EG. Are we still going with you guys being EG correspondents?
We don't know. The jury's still out on that.
The
We'll
jury's
just-
still out on that.
It
We'll
sounds
just
like
do
a good
whatever.
We bounced
official
around
title to
Nerd
me.
Scrum,
It sounds official, and they didn't like that it was official, so
but I like
switched
the
around.
EG Nerd Scrum. I thought that was really cool.
EG Nerd Scrum. We'll
I
see.
don't like the term nerd scrum
I don't like it either. It sounds like nerd scum.
So
or
derogatory.
Too close to that.
or nerds
Nerd
scum.
Nerds. Oh.
Nerds come.
Yeah.
Nerds cum. Yeah.
Look,
Ew.
I mean, that's
Right?
just
You
called
gotta
the
have a
internet.
hobby, you know? Gotta have a
Look,
hobby.
not knocking any of it. I'm just saying I don't know if I want to like be like all right, we're the host, and here are all the nerds come.
The nerd scum.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird.
We're
kind
still
of,
bouncing around ideas, guys. Like,
yes,
it's all
shooting
right.
ideas around.
I
if
personally
you
am
will.
okay with correspondence.
You can leave now.
I was pretty proud of that one.
No, the trash truck is outside where you belong.
Cool.
Thanks.
What are we talking about today? We're talking about us, of course, like always. Little recap situation, and then get into some news points. It's been an interesting news week. Nothing
Ups
like
and downs.
nothing
you know?
too crazy, like nothing industry shattering, but some fun little exclamation points of gaming news.
I agree.
So Flower, why don't you start
Hello.
with what you've been gaming this week recently?
So I've mostly been playing Monster Hunter, which is my game of every year.
Game of the forever.
Yeah, game of
Future.
forever.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I'm very torn between just caving and getting it on PS4 or waiting for the PC release.
Oh yeah, you haven't picked it up yet, have
No.
you?
And like I've been watching streams, I've
Mm-hmm.
been like hearing people talk about it, and like this game looks pretty deep.
It's
Go on.
really it's a very deep game. I've been playing Monster Hunter for like 10 years at this point, so I can pick it up and go. But this one particularly is really newbie friendly, so I think that's why we've got so many people really into it and playing it so much online and things like that. You would have so many people to play with if you played on PS4, but like you could also wait and have it be super pretty on your display. I don't know.
It's a good looking game.
It's a beautiful game. There's no more like super awkward loading screens whenever you switch zones. Like it's such an improvement from other games that I feel confident that you would love it.
See, I know I would love it, and I know I would lose my life in it.
Yes.
And I would just be like, yeah, I gotta get that new armor. I gotta fucking kill that monster. I know I would just be all about it.
Yeah, and this one does a really good job of giving you so much to do, but a lot of freedom to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. So like, yeah, you have like certain missions you should do, but like also you can just go off and dick around and mine ore for like 6 hours like I do. And
Oh
then
my
you just,
god!
just
It's like it sounds like an very MMO-y.
It's got very MMO like systems for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, that's
very
cool.
much so.
Can I ask you a question, Flower?
Sure thing.
I played Monster Hunter, I'm guessing 4,
Mhm.
whichever one was on the most recent 3DS one.
Okay.
And like I enjoyed it, but it didn't grab me the way World has. Like I played a couple missions and never
Right.
played it ever again. And I would go as far as to say like I didn't like it. Like there wasn't enough to bring me back and do it again.
That's the one that I tried. That was the 3DS version. Was when I was like, okay, maybe I'll try and get into this.
Yeah.
And I played like the one demo mission that they had on the demo, and I was like, this is taking like 15 minutes. I don't know what I'm doing. The game's not helping me know what to do, and I was just like,
So my
that's
question
what I did. I
is,
just like threw my hands up.
do you know why I like this better than that? Are people feeling that?
What is making it different?
Because it's
Is it console?
Monster Hunter World is a world. Like they build a world around you. Whereas other Monster Hunter games was like, hey, you're a hunter. This is what you got to do, and like that's it. There was a story, but like it wasn't as in depth as it is for Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World literally brings you to a world and lets you live in it, and I think that's why people enjoy it so much more. Also, again, way more newbie friendly. So like, sure, there's a good amount of text tutorial, but like once you get past that, it's like people who've been playing for a while would say it's very handholdy. But it's a lot more comfortable to play than playing it on the 3DS.
Oh yeah,
It definitely is. I remember struggling to like read the menus because like on the 3DS XL, like they don't improve the resolution; they just blow it up to a bigger size.
Yeah,
and you got like super teeny tiny words
240p
and text
screen
and,
or
my God,
whatever.
so it's just like, dude, what am I fucking doing? I can't even read this shit.
the worst was when you're playing on PSP, which is I played for Freedom Unite and Freedom older games, but you had to, because the analog stick and the D-pad were on the same side, you kind of developed this claw hand to like try to look and walk
Wait,
and like
you're telling me
do
it
fights.
used the little nub
Yeah.
and the fucking D-pad to move your camera and character?
Yes, you had to use both, which is why this one feels super comfortable, because like you have
modern controls.
yeah, but like in older games, like you were like really like
Ew. Oh,
Like,
gotta be so mad.
oh, it was
Yeah,
great.
it's funny you should say that. Peace Walker, when it came out on PSP, they quote fixed that by making the square, triangle, those buttons your turn buttons. Those were your right analog stick. I'm using quotes here.
on the original
On
release
the
of the PSP.
Yeah.
What's-
And your items were on the D-pad.
What's really funny that you bring up for Peace Walker is Peace Walker and Monster Hunter Freedom Unite had a crossover where your hunter got to go and fight Metal Gears, and your little cat companion got a box whenever you crouched and
shit.
crouched along with you, and your hunter could have a costume that made him look like Snake, and it was really cool.
That's really
That's
fucking cool.
so. Oh man, I want to go
Dude,
back. I wish that was like a thing now.
Maybe they
man.
will. Maybe there'll be a little Metal Gear crossover.
Right now, I know in Monster Hunter World they have the Aloy crossover. The crossover
yeah,
with
I gotta get that. I gotta do that shit.
what's the game?
Horizon.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Thank you.
You said Aloy, so I assume.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
because I knew the character. I'm like, what's the? Where does she star in?
I'm gonna say her bow is trash though, because it doesn't use blast coating, but that's just me being nitpicky.
you
you
heard
say
it
blast
here.
coding.
Blast coating, yeah.
Go on.
So when you have a bow, it has different coatings that do different effects to the monsters. One of them is blast, which makes everything explode.
Oh, this is like an elemental effect
Right,
on your
right. So, like,
Gotcha.
there's paralysis and
Sorry,
sleep
I'm
and
like,
things
is
like
this like
that.
some like technical, super cool thing that like fire
some
effect
world
or
event?
something?
Yeah.
No. It just doesn't explode like I
Cool.
want it to. But whatever.
Nice.
It doesn't hurt that the game has really adorable cats.
Yes, you spend forever customizing your cat.
Watching some live
You have like
streams.
a pet cat.
Those things are cute as fuck. And
They've gotten-
I want to make my kitty in it.
How many different cats do they have in it?
Well, you personally only get one, but there's a bunch of other cats that like cook food for you. There's Buff Cattington,
So
who is like
adorable.
a super buff cat who
Buff
cooks food.
Caddington.
Official name, I swear. But they cook food for you, which is really cool.
I mean, they're called palicos. Like
Yeah.
They're your pals.
calicos.
And palicos have been in Monster Hunter since I think Monster Hunter 2, and they've only upgraded as time went on. Like,
So you've been playing. Sorry, you might have brought this up earlier. I missed it. How long have you been playing Monster Hunter?
About 10 or so years.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
it's been around for a long time.
PS1 was the first Monster Hunter.
Cool.
But the cool thing about Palicos are they've grown so much as companions, because before they just kind of like followed you around and you can just like trade them off and no one cared about them. But as it's gone on, like you could hunt as a Palico for a little while in a certain game, and then like they became your companions. Like they were your friends and you leveled up with them and they helped you out. And like I can personally say that I love my cat so much because it always heals me when I'm like about to die. And I'm like, how'd you know?
Oh, so thoughtful.
You're so nice. I'm sorry I kicked you.
And you customize them like you would your own character, right?
Yep.
Like you build what their color fur is and like all that stuff.
They have their
walk
own
around
armors.
do they walk around like normal cats, or they stand?
No,
on
they're like
Two legs.
bipedal?
Two legs,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless they're running, they run on.
Anthropomorphic.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah. Some
It's a good word.
Yep.
Damn it. You guys, I might
Just do it.
have to do it.
Do it
Just
out,
do
dude.
it.
It's such a long time until the fall.
I think anthropomorphic only refers to inanimate objects that
No, it doesn't.
that look like
Doesn't
humans.
it
I think
refer
it-
to
My understanding
It's
is it's
anything that's made to look human?
yeah,
Or to
human
give it
human size
characteristics.
Yeah.
I just thought it referred to inanimate objects that have.
No, like Bugs Bunny's.
I'll do
anthropomorphic,
I'll do a
right?
check
Yeah.
for us here.
We don't have to.
Anyway.
We have to.
No, we gotta fact check. We
we're
gotta be
a,
honest.
we're a voice
Welcome
for
to the
some subset of people, and I don't want to disseminate false information here.
Emphasis on the sub.
Subset.
welcome
I
to
was
the.
very careful in choosing my words.
I was going to say welcome to the Emergent Gaming Pedantic podcast.
Get your,
Emergent
get your
pedantic.
monocles out, people.
Oh man. Tip
Uh,
those fedoras.
having human characteristics. That's just
That's just
That's just it.
Anthropomorphic.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Look at that.
I didn't know what I'm talking about.
it's okay.
very nice.
Felix, what have you been doing?
Oh, what have I been doing?
Yeah.
I've
I mean,
been,
you can rant about what you're.
I'm not going to rant about the fact that Infinity War moved up fucking a whole goddamn week.
This is
and
breaking
fucked me
news.
out
This
of
happened
seeing
like
it.
an
As-
hour ago,
as
and
And I
we're
like that you
talking,
said
yeah.
you weren't going to bring that up and then did. Just
I'm
throw
just
it
going to
out
be
there.
real brief about, and I'm not going to bring up Donald Trump fucking going to Washington about video games, douche fucking bag.
stay tuned for that next
I'm not
week.
going to bring
Again,
that up either.
Weren't bringing it up.
Points.
Basically, these are things that I
Why?
would love to set fire to.
Yeah.
I appreciate
No,
that.
what I've been doing, I told you, you said less than 30 seconds.
Dude, I said
You
you
nailed
it.
You nailed it, dude.
Go you.
Good.
What?
What did I do?
No, I'm
Like
saying
the beard.
Be closer to the thing.
Oh, be closer to the mic.
yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
talking to the mic.
I wasn't there. Okay, I'm good where I am.
You're great where you are.
Okay, good.
Good.
Uh,
As he goes,
Haven't been on
he
this
goes-
side.
He's like, I'm great where I am. He's back in the fucking chair.
like nowhere near the mic.
What you got?
it's-
What you got going on?
So I've been playing further with Kingdom Come
Yeah.
Deliverance, and what I'm playing, what I've determined I'm playing, and I said this kind of like joking, like when I first started playing it, I said, "Man, this game is really punishing." You know, this is like a real
That was your
simulator.
initial impression of the game.
Yeah, and I was joking. I was like, "This is a punishment simulator." It's actually a
Kinky.
punishment simulator.
Oh, okay.
Like that's what it literally simulates.
It's a Felix Hergood punishment simulator.
No.
For the way
No.
you play your games.
No, for the way yes. I can't play this game the way I've played every single other open world game. Now it punishes you in the what I've said before, where it punishes you in the sense that it's got a lot of bugs. It's got a lot of glitches and shit. But the actual systems that work constantly and very well are set up to not reward the emergent gameplay. Like the person who wants to play the game in an insanely emergent way and try and break the system. I'm now, I don't know. I think I saw I'm like 20 or 26 to like maybe 50 hours into my second play
That's
line.
a huge range
I was like,
of
you're like
hours.
20, 50 hours. That's like a big gap.
I
of
can't remember.
hours.
I was somewhere. Well, because the last I looked, it was at 26 hours, and I played many more hours after that.
Okay.
So the last I looked, I was at 26 hours, and I'm now somewhere between
Somewhere
26
past
and
that,
50.
sure.
So I'm to the point now where I've realized that it really is, and the people from GameSpot, I saw a really good video that I sent you guys that you can watch.
You posted that in our
It's-
Discord.
right.
I haven't got a chance
So
to listen yet,
it's
but I
the
will.
GameSpot guys debating whether they like the game. They literally are just having a cubicle discussion
Yeah.
that was filmed, where they're all standing around their cubicles that their work cubicles. You can see like their work and the pictures of their loved ones and shit. And they're literally debating whether they like this game. The one guy's like, this game has a 7-hour tutorial. Like, this is a 7-hour tutorial.
Right.
Where you really, it's not only, it's recommended internally in the game that you don't go off the rails, but it's also, when you start to play it, you realize I've made a mistake. I've gone off the rails. I'm fucked.
Right.
Like, I've wasted so much time.
It's like they really want you to experience it as like a time travel device, which is how they advertised it too.
And what kind of right. Okay, yeah, so I agree with that. When you get to the part where you're in the open world, right, that's like the time travel.
They don't want you to go stealing from people, killing people. They want you to just.
They want you.
They give you the option.
It's a
but they
very
encourage you
linear
don't.
story. It's a very linear story where you cannot really go off the rails and break the rules, or you. Not only will you clash, and one guy makes a great point about this at GameSpot. He says all the crazy nutbag decisions that you would make as an emergent gamer, where you steal and rob and kill and do all this stuff, aren't consistent with Henry's story. And they drew a great comparison. They compared it to Fallout 4, which I also had a problem with. If you do recall, Fallout 4 came out, and I told you I tried to go on a murder run. I tried to go on a murder run in this game. My other play line is a murder run. I'm just basically killing everybody I interact with.
Fallout 4 ties you too much to the character
Fallout
story.
4, all of the bad, the
we
main
gotta find
character
Sean.
does not change
Where's my son?
with your bad decisions.
Jason.
What should happen?
Jason.
What these people really should do when they create these characters, these protagonists that are set, that are made for you.
Protagonist.
They need to make these, like where Bethesda went wrong and where this company went wrong is they didn't make their protagonists have an alternate play line.
Sure.
They didn't make it so that their protagonists can respond to things in a negative way or be bad.
There's one way.
Do any
One
of you
way.
guys know of a game where if you went off the rails, it would make your character? The only thing I can think of is Fable 1 and maybe Fable 2. When you play that character evil, he starts to grow horns and he starts to turn bad.
You're asking
Like Mass Effect?
if there's a game that like encourages you.
Is there a
to
game out there
decide?
where if you play it in an evil way, you're going to become evil? Dishonored is one that I think of where the world becomes more destructive if you're more destructive.
I think Mass Effect was a good call.
Yeah, Mass
Because
Effect.
you make
Which
pretty
one?
much black and white decisions.
I believe
All of
2. It really, like, you make those decisions, but in 2, it's like actively on your character that you see that you've become evil.
So the
quote
character
unquote.
starts to change.
Yeah, like that's
in an evil way.
Yeah.
And it worked really well in Fallout.
The Old Republic.
The Old
There we
Republic.
go.
Yeah, because when you're Sith, you literally get like
Yeah.
your face like turns like Palpatine.
That's kinda
kinda.
cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So,
Good
like,
call out.
even
Good call
Fallout
out.
New Vegas, you wouldn't necessarily see any physical change to your character or anything like that. But overall, how people responded to your character, the world responded to your character in a negative way, and then you could discern from that you are an evil-looking dude,
Dragon Age.
right?
Sorry, now I'm just
Did Dragon Age do it?
yeah, no,
Coming
it's
to ya,
like
yeah.
Dragon Age.
Like
Yep.
the latest one,
Not-
the Inquisition.
The Origins, especially.
Oh,
I didn't
Origins.
play Inquisition. Go on.
So that's the problem with going back to Fallout 4, and with this game. The biggest problem with this game is Henry stays this good and wholesome guy, even though he's murdering people when you're trying to play him that way. But what I learned shortly after this is if you stick to the story, you're going to have a better time because you're going to get to the part where you unlock. I've unlocked now the guy I can train with for sword play, and he's teaching me. He's unlocking and helping me to learn better swordplay. And as I go to him and train, where I do like training bouts, I start to improve in my swordplay. Same with bows. Like if I fire my bows more and do archery contests more, next thing you know, I'm improving my archery, and all of a sudden it's easier to hit things. Like all of that. If you just play the game straight, if you play it as a straight arrow, you're going to have a good time. But if you go off the path, you end up with what I have now.
It seems like it's a linear game disguised as an open world game.
Yes, it's an incredibly linear game disguised as an open world game. The only thing that I've gotten any comfort in is with the theft and the Miller stuff, because that, if you don't get caught, it doesn't affect you negatively, right? So you can make a profitable business as a thief, which as thieves live in a world of gray anyway. You know, like they're not
Sure.
wholly bad people, but they're also, you know, they're robbing from the rich and to give to the poor. Sometimes the poor happens to be them, and they're putting it right into their own pockets. But like, if I play it that way, it's satisfying and it's fun, and I have like a profitable business from it. I have this like thing that I created where I go to one town. So what's really cool is you have like a stash, and the stash is the same wherever you go. So you can rent a room in a town, and you get a stash there with your rented room.
Oh, that you can use
Right.
for any.
So I'll
is it
go
like
to
items, cash.
It
What
has
is
all the items that you've ever collected and
Oh,
dumped
shit.
into it,
Okay.
and it's limitless. It's like an everlasting bag
Yeah,
in
yeah.
D&D if you've ever played that. So I'll go into the town. I'll rent the room, right? Case the area, get to know like who in the area might have money, that kind of stuff. Then I'll sleep, you know, and then wake up at like 1 a.m. and then
go fuck some shit up.
No, I don't kill anybody. I don't do anything. I'm just
Killing
the
people's
design
bad.
behind this. The design behind this is to level up my lock picking and my pickpocketing. If you pickpocket successfully,
So like you're literally waking up in the middle of the night to practice your
Right.
skills. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. That's kind of cool.
So I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I'll go out and I'll look for doors that are very easy on a lockpick or open, right? Because I can't do easy. Lockpicking is so brutal and so impossible that you cannot do anything above very easy.
Whoa.
You can do very easy, but anything above that. So then I'll go about and I'll steal items from these people. And pickpocketing only levels up when you succeed. Lockpicking levels up when you fail or succeed. It levels up more when you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll rob all these people. And if I don't get caught, I can take all of the shit back to my stash, dump it in there so I don't have an encumbrance problem,
Mm-hmm.
and then fast travel to the next town. And if I don't get caught, I don't get a bad reputation with the citizenry. I made the mistake in the very beginning of the game of getting caught because I was still practicing. My pickpocketing wasn't as good. My lockpicking wasn't as good. People would hear me when I was lockpicking, or they'd wake up when I was trying to. Because I only rob people when they're asleep.
Picketing.
Sure.
Picketing.
Okay, I
Lock
thought-
picketing. Lock picketing.
Is that?
Lock picking. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
I'm
all right.
picketing the locks.
Were you
I
Sorry.
heard, I heard
I'm
it so
opposed
much
to the locks.
in such a short period of time. I started to think
That was
lock
that was how you
picketing.
said
I am. I'm out there in the world. I oppose having locks.
Yeah.
No one should have
No
locks.
locks.
No locks.
No locks for me.
No locks. But that I'm having fun with that side of the game. But that does not, in any way, shape, or form, progress Henry's story. It
Right.
does
That's just you
nothing
fucking
for
around.
Henry.
Yeah.
I'm essentially wasting time doing nothing, just earning money.
Sure.
And the money's going to benefit me later, I guess, for the economy of the game if I want to buy something,
Yeah.
some armor or whatever like that. But I really enjoy the thing that I enjoy the most about this game is how well these three metrics for stealth work: the visibility, the conspicuousness, and the noise. All three of those combined really do the sneaking around well. Like when you're in a shadow with dark clothes on, you're not seen. It drops your visibility level to like next to nothing.
So that part of it, at least, is like hyper realistic.
It's hyper realistic. Like somebody needs to walk over to the corner you're in with a torch in their hand and shine light on you for you to be seen.
Yeah. That's kinda
Which is really great. You know, so you're able to play the game in that capacity really well. And now I'm just working on basically, you know, learning the combat to so I can play some of the story missions, because I was just getting owned in story missions. I
Yeah.
couldn't play them because I didn't go through these necessary tutorials. That's it. That's my treatise on that game.
cool. I mean,
Oh, damn.
you're gonna play it some more. You're gonna finish it. What's your game plan?
I don't. That's the other thing about the game. I mean, I guess it's not like there are vast parts of this game that have zero collectibles between points. Like it's not like you not like Assassin's Creed. I'm running around getting things on the map. There is no things. There's Henry's story, or there's be a thief, and that's it.
I realized something as I asked you that question, and then I started thinking to myself, what games have I finished? Like that's in any way an open world experience.
Like recently,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Zelda.
I was gonna say I have Zelda. I've done Breath of the Wild.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what other
I
open
don't
world games
think
you've played.
I've finished any other open world game.
Are you
in
talking
the
about
past couple of
getting
years.
all the collectibles, or just
No, I mean
finishing
the story.
Yeah.
I
Since-
haven't gone back to Assassin's Creed. That
Well,
game's just way
since
too large.
Unity,
It's
I have
huge.
not finished any open world except for Zelda.
But you finished the story of Unity.
No,
Did you do Horizon?
no.
Really?
I'm still. You know what's funny? I'll save it for my section.
Anyway,
Um,
I finished Assassin's Creed, just the story of Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Unity and Syndicate recently.
yeah.
So I finished those stories. I didn't collect anything in doing that.
I was playing Unity over the summer, but then Destiny 2 came out.
Right.
And fast travel to today.
I don't have any.
Here we are.
Those are the only 2 games that I finished recently. I don't have anything else that I finished.
Yeah.
I'm good. I've said my piece.
You are
That's what
good.
I was going to say.
You're a good boy.
She went. I went. Did you go?
I did not go.
Hey, Neo Aoshi, what
up?
were you doing, man?
So I bought like 20 more Switch games.
Oh my god!
I want to talk about
Oh
each of
my
them. No.
All of them.
I'm
There's one
kidding.
big chunk. It's my big game.
Do you own
My
the
20
Switch
games.
library? Like, if I go into the store and like pick a game, you're like, oh yeah, that was
Oh
pretty
yeah, I
great.
was totally playing that. No, actually, I'm not going to talk about any Switch games.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna talk
What?
about Switch games.
What are you bringing to the table there,
I
Hoss?
played Sea of Thieves.
Oh, you
that
did the
beta.
one of the scale tests they got going on.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I've been jonesing to see what this game is all about
Is
because
it
I'm like,
broke as fuck?
If you're out
No.
there in the world, I don't know why I chose to do this now and not for any other terms or things we're talking about in the show. But if you're out there in the world listening and you're new to games, a scale test is a kind of testing that a game would go through where you can play the game for free, and they're essentially judging whether their servers can handle the volume of players, and they're going
Right.
to allow more and more and more to get ready for a launch period so
I
that they
think
don't crash.
that's what most games, when they say try our beta today, I feel like that's what most games are trying to do.
no one really calls it a scale test often.
Yeah.
But this is a pretty good amount of transparency.
Or it's just a demo
demo
that
beta.
that they call beta. for
Stress
some
test
reason.
is a popular
Yep.
verbiage as well.
Very nice, very good.
Yeah.
So I played it. I played it with a group of people because that's the fun way to play it, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's
It's a fuck
it's not
ton of fun.
janky. I don't think it's janky at all. I
No.
think it works really well. It looks good. The water is beautiful.
Water's
Holy
beautiful,
shit!
yeah.
They got some good ass water physics. But I was playing. I was having a good time. But after I guess like a few hours of playing, I was like, okay, I get it. I need it to show me more to do rather than just get a quest, go with my friends on my ship, and then go to the location and find where the X marks the spot. I did see on another stream that someone like got like a poem riddle that like they had to like take this riddle out and go, okay, where the rock meets the ocean and the sky meets the floor,
they had to solve the whole
and like
thing.
it's like a rhyming riddle.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's really cool. Like figure that out, but I feel like it needs more of like a hook to like get me still in there, like to
Sure.
want to like live in that world. You know what I mean? But what I did play was a lot of fun, controlling the ship and like yelling at each other, like to get things working.
The teamwork is a lot of fun.
Yeah, like once you get like the hang of it, like, okay, turn the sails and raise them half
Yeah.
mast and like,
Yeah. We've
about
talked-
face.
We've mentioned this before, but me and Locke have played the alpha test when it
Yeah.
was the closed alpha, and that was still fun as shit doing
Sure.
the teamwork and figuring out who's going where and all that stuff.
I don't think I uninstalled it yet, so I may try it again if I can get like more people to like if I can get a crew of people to come back in and try it more and see what else it has to offer. But like, I want to know, like I know like you want to get it right, Trip.
I will absolutely be playing it and hopefully streaming it the
Diamond
first
has
day.
expressed Diamond Jab
Yeah,
has expressed he wants to also play it.
I think when he was on his show, we talked about
That's
that
when he
too.
said, I believe that's when he said it. And
Yeah.
then he was like, so yeah, I mean, like he wanted to like, get
Oates.
a crew together.
Oates is also very excited about it.
I want to. This is a kind of game I want to wait to like read reviews on because I want to know like what is in the game. Like what
We haven't
is
seen the loop
game?
yet, have we? The
Right.
gameplay loop.
And I'm going to use this as an example. Metal Gear Survive just came out. I know, and it's. I listened to Giant Bomb's podcast today. They're talking about it. Oh my god, Jeff Gerstmann hates it. He fucking just doesn't. He's like this. I love Metal Gear. He's like, and this is. There's nothing in this game that
No,
is.
of course not.
It's bland and empty.
It's literally a game about zombies, and the game itself is a zombie.
Yeah, the game is a
Yeah,
zombie.
the
As a
game is a
boring ass
zombie.
zombie.
It's just the shell. Just
Konami was
skin
like,
of Metal
people
Gear.
liked zombies like 7 years ago, right? Yeah, we'll do a zombie game.
Zombies.
Anyway,
Why not?
I didn't.
They own the title. They own the font. They own
Fox Engine.
like the Fox engine. They own like the people,
Our Fox Engine.
the characters.
The models.
It's all right. Whatever. Thank you.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
I know I brought it up. I actually.
Sorry.
Sleepy Flower
I
is
haven't played
a graphic artist, CGI artist. If you didn't know this, she gets upset about the terminology
Terminologies,
sometimes.
yeah.
As you should
Sorry.
be. I apologize.
Dude, we want to
School,
educate.
yeah.
We want to educate people.
I'm over here like the thing, the people things.
With the stuff, and
the
they
stuff people.
they wiggle.
the things, and they can do whatever they want because it looks like the things.
Oh yeah. But yeah,
Super clear.
because when I played the beta, I bring that game up because I played the beta for Survive.
I did too.
Right.
And then
And I
I
was like-
cried for a while.
Right. And like I played it for.
Do you
I
feel
think
just filthy?
I was so dirty when I took a shower after
Yeah.
I played. I played it for about 45 minutes.
That's a lot longer than I got.
I know. Like I pushed myself because I was like, I like Metal Gear a lot. Like Metal Gear is like one of my favorite games of all time. But it was bad in the beta, and then seeing the final product come out and people talk about the final product. This is the comparison I'm trying to like not put on Sea of Thieves, but we've seen a vertical slice of it, like a small slice of the game. I want to know what's after the beta. What does the game want me to do?
What is in the vast ocean?
What is in the vast? What does it have? The game have to show me besides stupid zombie survival mechanics that I don't care about?
You have like a No Man's Sky anxiety going on here.
A little bit.
I mean, I would still have No Man's Sky like
I have
flashbacks every so often.
PTSD from that
You
game,
have
man.
PTSD from
I've been
That
wanting
that
to.
game broke me. I don't trust anything anymore.
I've been wanting to pop it back in after they did the major changes to it because I haven't.
Apparently, it's a different game now.
Last time I played it, the Olympics were on.
The 2016 Olympics.
The Summer Olympics were on. Yeah, last time I played that
damn.
game. Yeah.
I never downloaded it because I
made a huge
was
mistake
smart.
buying that game.
Yeah, I
But
digitally downloaded
But
it.
it
so
had
I
a
couldn't even
hook
get
that
anything
I
from it.
liked. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's the game I've been playing. I'm curious. I want to see more. I'll see if I have time this weekend. I'll try and hop back into that next test that's going on.
Are they doing that every weekend until it launches? Is that the game plan?
As far as I know, they just announced this weekend.
So nothing's set in stone, but that's been the
That
pattern.
could change from
Yeah,
the time of this
sure,
recording.
sure.
You know what I mean? But as far as I know, is they're running another stress test. And that's pretty much. I've been doing PUBG and all that other stuff. You know what I do.
Yeah,
You know what I play.
Yeah.
All right, Trip, what's up?
Hey Trip, what you playing?
I have been playing Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I've been doing it on stream. I am one Colossus away that I'm going to wrap up tonight with a bonus Thursday stream.
Hell yes.
The game's a lot of fucking fun. It's incredible.
I see you having fun.
It looks gorgeous. It plays pretty well. Camera's a piece of shit, but you can't really do anything about that.
Team
You
Ico.
just got to deal with it. So much fun though, dude. You feel so cool taking down these big, gigantic stone creature things. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If I played this game in the release here on a PS2, I feel like my life would have gone in a different direction, like a similar direction, but like more impacted. in
It
some
would
way.
have changed you.
You know?
True.
People talk so
Adjacent.
highly about it.
Yeah.
The original release.
Yeah.
Donkey went on and on about it. I was watching Donkey's video, and he was saying that it was consistent with how I felt when I played the re-release on the PS3. He said, you need to experience this game. You need to just experience it to know what it's like at some point in your life.
Right.
But,
Yeah. Exactly.
but he
I would agree.
definitely echoed what I was saying about my problem with the controls. And he's talking about even the re-release. The controls are still weird and janky.
A little wonky.
And counter to what you're used to playing in the modern era. What, I'm not on this?
No, you're not. No.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid microphone.
Out of your element.
I know, man.
Felix.
Not- he's
in
not
my
in his
element.
chair.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Sorry, audio listeners.
How's that?
It's good.
Now
good.
it's pointing out my mouth.
There. That's exactly what we want.
In
It's
my
the idea.
mouth.
Is it?
Sounds super crispy.
Good.
Say what you were saying.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, he echoed the donkey. You know, if you don't know,
I don't know, but
Video game Donkey.
video game donkey.
You should
is
watch
a
that channel.
YouTube-
It's real fun.
really
Should I?
hilarious.
Amazing.
YouTube
Oh
channel.
Oh my God, he's
Shit,
hilarious.
okay. Oh damn, I'm new.
He does a lot of jump cutting of footage that he created,
Mm-hmm.
where he's responding directly to the game and like his game mic, but it's
Yeah,
like it's
It's a
staged.
comedy. It's like comedy
staged, but he's
reviews.
like he finds like the parts where really ridiculous shit happened in the game,
Yeah.
and then he really hones in on it, you know, in the footage and like makes fun of how
You gotta watch
weird
it.
this
Yeah, yeah.
bad glitch is. So he really focuses on glitches. So he was just showing like some of the janky problems that still exist in the game,
Yeah.
even in the re-release version.
Oh, I got some really funny moments. Like I was fighting this big, huge, like sky dragon thing, and the mechanic for that was spoilers if you're listening out there and want to play this game. The mechanic for this Colossus was I had to shoot these like inflatable sacks that were along its body, so that it would like fall out of the air. Some kind of like ballast sack it had going on. Then it would hit the sand.
Sounds
and
gross.
still be like
Yeah.
like low to the sand kind of, and its fins were dragging in the sand. So I could like ride
feel
up
triggered.
with my horse, jump off the horse, climb up the fins, be on its back, and then find the the weak spot you got to like stab until it's dead. But it's like a certain timer, right? And it makes you do this in cycles. So it took a head first dive into the sand. Your horse kind of just follows you in the game. So if you are not on the horse, it'll be near you somewhere, right? So the horse was still galloping along under me as I was on top of this thing in the sky. And it took a nosedive into the sand, right, to kind of get me off and let me try again. But my horse got caught in like the pulling.
Actually, something that happens in Ducky's video.
And like this horse got fucked up, dude. Like it was rolling, tumbling. Like I'm pretty sure it was dead. Like just there, like its legs were going fucking crazy, all glitched out. Like,
oh my god!
And then it's like after the dragon was gone, the horse just kind of chilled there. Like, what the fuck was that, dude? Like it was like its legs were on the ground. Like it was like tired. It was like, all right, fuck, all right, let's fucking do this.
Let's go.
But then like obviously the horse doesn't die, so you can get on it and ride around again. But it looked real mangled. It was fucking wacky, dude. It was crazy. But yeah, it's they did a really good job with their remaster.
Yeah,
it looks like a game that just came out this year.
That's pretty cool.
So,
see, I was worried that the re-release or this remaster would take away from the original aesthetic of the game.
Yeah,
using the newer, fancier graphics.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But
yeah, and obviously,
it sounds like it's good.
I have
it retains that quality.
Yeah, and I don't have a personal touchstone to that without playing the originals. But the people that I've like asked about or read about, they're saying no, it's like it feels just as good.
That's pretty cool.
You still have the mystery of the game in slightly different ways.
That's very nice.
And then. Other than that, I've just been playing some old Metal Gears to practice and prep for.
Oh my god, I'm really excited for this monthly stream.
Metal Gear March.
Metal Gear March.
Starting, well, if you're listening to this episode on Friday, release day, it's starting tonight.
So you're not finishing Shadow tonight?
I'm sorry. Tonight, to everyone recording, is Thursday. I'm going to play Shadow of the Colossus tonight. Friday night.
Metal Gear 1.
Metal Gear 1, like Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
I'm playing all the Metal Gears in a row.
This is in.
What's a Russian gunship doing here?
You're doing this because of the new release of Metal Gear Survive, right?
No, I'm doing this.
This is in honor of that. Yeah,
I always
just to remind you of what good.
That. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you're very excited about it.
Let me.
I can't. I'm anticipating this.
Anticipating the Survive release.
I've been talking about doing this for a while. And it just feels like the right time.
Let me ask you some questions.
Ask me some questions.
What's your current experience with Metal Gear Solid?
I played every single one of them except Peace Walker.
Okay.
And 5.
Gotcha.
So I'm there.
You're pretty in tune with what happens.
I
in the
love.
game, right?
It's one of my favorite series of all time.
Dude, me too. High five. I need that.
Yep, I love it, dude. It's
love
fucking. It's so good. Every game that's.
We could just have a one episode where I just talk about.
We should
Metal
just
Gear.
have a Metal Gear. Like
we should do a supplemental Metal Gear episode. That's what we should do. Just like
I feel like there would be a demand for that out there.
Oh yeah, I just want to dive deep into Metal Gear.
Well,
after
we'll
March.
after
March.
I get
yes,
done.
double high five.
Double high five.
Oh my god,
Man, the bro love in here is.
Well, here's also
level
a little
up
bit of a wrench in the plans. Sea of Thieves comes out on the 20th.
See, I'm still not on board. I'm not on the ship. I got 1 foot on
I
the dock.
wanna play that
you know what I
game.
mean? To do a metaphor.
You're 1 foot on the dock.
1 foot on the
You're
dock,
not
1 foot
all
on the
way
ship.
in
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm just waving from
I'm
the
there with
sidelines,
you.
like I believe in you guys.
So I want to play that, and I want to be streaming it. So I want to try and wrap up the Metal Gear playthrough before that.
You should do that.
Which means I'm going to have to be streaming a lot.
Dude, I will be in that stream.
Cool. I appreciate that.
I will too. Except I will be spamming Metal Gear Awesome links. Sorry.
Please do.
Colonel. Just trying to remember
The
quotes.
game's called Metal Gear.
It's Metal Gear on the box.
Remember, none of those until after we reach
the game
moments in the games.
No.
Yeah. We want chat to understand those references.
Oh god, there's piss everywhere. Sorry.
But yeah, that's been my shit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about news, guys?
Let's do some news, dudes.
All right, so we're just gonna get this. I would get your opinion on this, guys. The PlayStation blog released the PS Plus lineup for this March.
Mm-hmm.
Hella dope.
Some pretty great games.
It's stacked.
We got
it's a stacked lineup.
Bloodborne, Ratchet and Clank, Claire Extended Cut on the Vita, and Bombing Busters, and Mighty Number 9. So,
I mean,
you can play
a great excuse to try
Pizza
it.
explosions.
Watch the.
I'm really glad I didn't spend money on it.
Oh.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
Did you?
Oh.
You did? Oh.
Yeah.
Dirk did too.
Well, I got good news. Mega Man's coming out. Mega Man's coming back.
I know.
Mega Man.
Hey, Mega Man.
I love that video too.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Internet videos.
It's called a hemorrhage.
The important part about why I bring this blog up is this is Sony announcing that after 1 year from now, they're going to discontinue giving away PS3 and Vita games.
Yeah.
I want to know what your guys' thoughts on that was.
Initially, I was sad about it, but then I realized that I haven't touched either of those in a very long time,
Right.
and it's fine.
I don't think I have an opinion because I don't think I've downloaded a PlayStation Plus, Vita, or PS3 game in possibly like 3 years.
I think Felix is going to concur with that.
Yeah.
So it's like time. It's a generation
That's
gone
over.
now, removed.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, like,
So we're okay with it.
it's a sad passing of that era, for sure. A lot of my libraries of both those consoles are full of PlayStation Plus games.
I know. And like I could literally turn my PS3 on right now and just be like, let's go crazy,
Like,
man.
I fucking have Shadow of the Colossus on there.
Yeah.
And I never
me
played
too.
it, but
me
I
too.
have
I
it.
have that play.
I
It was on
didn't need
Plus.
to wait until 2018 to play it, but I did.
But it's a better experience for it.
Yeah.
So-
Totally. Let's talk about Sega's Oopsie.
Oopsie.
They
Oops.
released Yakuza 6
They did.
for free by accident.
They said, hey,
Why
guys,
do I
here's a
always miss
demo.
this?
Here's a
I
demo
know.
of this game.
And it was a
And-
30 gigabyte demo. It was a 30 gigabyte download. Because they wanted you to download the whole game and go, hey, unlock the game right now and you're ready to go. But they didn't put that in there. The lock.
So they forgot the lock
So they
part.
forgot the lock part.
Yeah.
And like everyone just had access to the game.
Let's talk about
That's hella
Yakuza 6.
dope.
Just explain to the people who might not know what it is.
Oh, it's like a...
It's a GTA made by
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to explain it.
Japanese.
And not-
Go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
No, I'm just
I
asking
was
for
about to, but
clarification.
yeah, it's fine.
No. I mean, it didn't sound like you were about ready to go in and explain it. It sounds like you were just going to talk about it.
Yakuza is a
being
really
released.
long series in Japan.
Like literally, somebody
Long
I
running,
brought.
yeah.
I was watching a video for Yakuza 6 in the break room at my job, and somebody walked over my shoulder and had no idea that this even existed. And there are probably people listening to our show who don't know that this was a real thing and has been a real thing for how many? The 6 games. This is like the 6th game.
Open world,
7.
like
There was like a
hyper-
Yakuza
Yeah.
0. They had a bunch of spin-offs.
Right,
some
the,
side
the one
games.
right before this was 0.
It was a prequel.
prequel.
There
Yeah.
were a lot of side games. There was a chicken and a ramen shop in Yakuza 0. It was kind of dope.
You've played these, Flower.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, good.
They're
good.
they're wacky.
I'm one of those hardcore Japan fans. Like,
You
tell
should
me
be
it's
explaining.
Japanese.
We
I'm
can
gonna
trust
play
you to
it.
play these games.
oh yeah, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
can be your specific. This is weird in Japanese. Have you heard of this person?
We should have like a
Because it's
segment that's
probably-
like,
yes.
Yeah.
hey Neil, hey Flower, what's weird in Japan right now?
What's weird in Japan right
Give us
now?
some weird Japanese shit. Well, get
Oh,
this.
I got a story for you.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's Flower. It's the GTA. It's the attempt.
You don't like drive. It's not like
Do you drive?
no, you don't drive in Japan.
So it's not the GTA of Japan. It's not
Nobody,
the GTA.
literally nobody.
it-
drives
literally
in
no
Japan.
one.
It is no.
No, what I was going to say is it an
no.
attempt by the Japanese to do GTA?
Yes, it's a very GTA-esque
Is
kind
that-
of
hold
game.
on,
It's
hold
got,
on,
it's
hold
got
on.
its own kind of
Hold on.
personality, though. You know what I mean?
Hold on, though.
I'm getting a look.
Is-
I'm getting
is-
a look.
You said it's an attempt to do GTA. That feels unfair. Is that?
I think that
accurate?
is unfair.
Like,
I'm trying to figure that out.
Did it exist before at the same time?
These are comparisons I've heard mentioned by people who tried to explain it to me
It's,
who weren't
I mean, it's
maybe too
it's
familiar with it.
Like it for sure because it's a crime life
Third
simulator,
person.
right? But like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Yakuza is in Japan. The Yakuza is their mafia.
my sticking point was that you said it's an attempt to do GTA, which means they
like it's a
saw it and they
failure.
were like, oh, we're gonna do that. Like not like we have our own original idea for
Right,
for
exactly.
having someone pretend.
So
to
I
be
don't
in
know
Yakuza.
what
It's
came
a
out
very-
first. Did
I don't know
GTA
which
come
came
out
out
first,
first.
or did Yakuza come out
Fact
first?
check time.
I don't know which came out first, but like it's a lot like it's in that family of games, like the Sleeping Dogs, the GTA's, the
Because I played that. I played Sleeping Dogs, and it's amazing.
it's a very similar esque game, except wacky and Japanese. So like,
Yeah, you're right.
not quite. There's like conveyor belt sushi that you get to go to, which is really cool. And,
but
like,
you walk
you also
around. You
shoot
don't
people.
drive. There aren't cars.
What I
don't-
think what's similar,
God, no, you're good.
just from what I've seen about a lot of these games, what's similar between GTA and Yakuza is the focus on like hyper realistic everyday stuff in small doses. Like I know you can walk into like a convenience store
Yeah,
in Yakuza and it's
Convenient.
pretty
GTA
realistic.
3 came first.
Yeah. What did?
GTA 3 came first, which is I feel like the 3D era of Grand Theft
okay.
Auto.
But is
Some
it
of the Grand Theft
open?
Auto, the 3 era.
Is it an open world, or are they?
It's
Kinda.
vaguely open. Like you can go do stuff like kick people in the face, which is what I do a lot of the time. But like it's
you have
very
like
story
you have
driven.
like districts to explore, right?
Yeah.
Like specific
And
areas of Japan.
those
Or
load with
Tokyo.
load screens
Yes.
when you get to them. Right. Okay, so that's actually a lot like Sleeping Dogs.
Yes, which is
Yeah.
why I enjoy Sleeping Dogs because I got to run around and kick people.
Such a
like
great
it
game.
was I don't actually know. So I got maybe 40 minutes into Sleeping Dogs when I unlocked the fly kick where you can like just fly kick people, and so I just ran around
Yeah.
fly kicking people, and I didn't
Game's
finish
so
any
good.
of the rest of the story. But there was this one girl who was reading a book at a lamppost, and I fly kicked her, and she like flew across the street. It's my
were-
crowning achievement in video gaming.
There were some mini game modes in that so most of Sleeping Dogs was like laid back and cool and whatever, and you're just playing and having a good time. There were some mini games I played that were downright impossible. They were so hard. Like I was raging through some of those mini games. They're like really hard.
Yeah.
And you didn't expect it when you were playing the game. But anyway, back to Yakuza.
Yes.
Yeah, it was free for a while. They took it down.
Oh, they took
Damn.
it down, so I can't
I
go
always
get it for
miss
free.
these. Like they're
I
like, "Oh, I'm going to
know.
give away this game for free," and I'm like, "Cool." And they're like, "But that was like 6 hours ago. You shouldn't have slept today." And I'm like, "God damn it! I knew it."
I did see a addendum to the news stories about this saying that they're not going to punish anybody for doing this.
Oh,
They're going to transfer your full progress to the full game if you decide to get it.
that's cool. That's nice of them.
So, I mean, like they fucked up. And they
That's so
recognized that.
nice.
They're like, my bad. It's on us, guys.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like
What does
when
it
that
say
happens.
officially? It says,
We apologize, but we have to remove Yakuza 6, the Song of Life demo from the PlayStation
The
Store.
Song
That's
of
a
Life.
Weird title.
I don't know what exists or what happens though if it's on your console. Can they reach in and like kind of deactivate that? I guess they could, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not like you didn't.
See, I want to say yes, but I still have PT on my console.
So
I
do
feel.
I.
I mean,
Yeah.
let's go fucking PT, right? Keep
Right.
that shit forever.
I know.
But like, that's got to be different in some way.
they must have some kind
Does a
of control.
demo, like maybe a demo has different store like restrictions than a purchase? I don't know. I'm spitballing here. I don't work for Sony.
Yeah, I don't know. It says we discovered that some were able to use a demo to unlock the full game. We're looking
If anybody
into
has
the issue.
insight,
Oh.
let us know.
Cool. Speaking of botched releases, Chrono Trigger came out on Steam, surprisingly, but it's the mobile port and it's gross. Apparently, it's just garbage. Don't
Why do
buy
they-
it.
why do they
That's
do
the only
this
reason why I
shit?
want to bring it up.
Hashtag don't buy.
Hashtag don't buy.
Neo
Well, I think what's
does not
garbage
approve.
about it is like it's the interface and the menus and
Yeah,
like
and
weird like
graphical
smooth
glitches.
text with like
Yeah.
16-bit SNES text and graphics. And why do they do this shit, dude?
I don't know. It's honestly, I think if you're on PC where Steam lives, it would be more just saying. We all know this, right? These are facts.
Maybe you don't.
I feel like-
thank you for calling that out there.
You're welcome. It would be more beneficial for you if you want to experience this game to download an emulator and play.
Yes, it would.
I mean, like they could have literally just done that and released it on Steam,
Well, let's be
but
clear.
they didn't.
Buy the game so that you're an
Obviously.
owner of this game.
Totally.
Then get yourself an emulated
But
copy.
do yourself the favor of not playing this title.
Yeah.
This version of
Yeah.
it. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Next on the news stories, how much time we're at? We're at
We're at all the times.
all the time.
45 minutes. There's not much news this week, you guys.
We'll look. We're steaming through. It's good.
So big update to Overwatch this week. They got a new character. It's pretty cool.
I'm not a
She
player,
got
but I
little-
saw it. Yeah,
She got a
She
little
looks
origin
cool.
story.
She's super cute.
She's super cute.
She's
like
like Torbjorn's daughter,
and
right?
already has been Rule 34'd.
oh, thank
Like
God.
it's been like
has been what?
it's
Rule 34.
What is
yeah.
that?
She's
They made porn.
They made
with
porn
her.
with her.
Yes.
Oh, good.
The Rule 30.
I know.
the rule-
Remember I told you we could
Yeah.
talk about Overwatch porn forever?
Yeah.
Trust me, the
I-
minute it hit, I knew.
I've watched Overwatch.
I
porn.
want
Overwatch porn is so
Educationally.
good.
I want you
No.
listeners out there to just
Not
imagine.
educationally.
Imagine Felix's eyes lighting up when he went, "Oh, good."
Oh, good, great.
Just yeah.
I've got no shame. I'm watching Overwatch.
No,
porn. Why
I'm
not?
just like
We all have.
You're,
We all
you're,
have.
you're dealing with
yeah.
an issue right now, right? That's outside of the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
This brought you right back in.
You're like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
right
the
back.
porn.
Hooked right up.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
porn. We could talk about that.
Just Felix, for your information, Rule 34 states that if something exists, there is in fact porn for it.
yeah.
Oh, I never heard that.
That's what Rule 34
Where'd
is.
that
So
come
like,
from?
so like, there's probably art somewhere on the internet of like your smaller TV getting fucked by your bigger TV.
It's a
Kinky. I'm
whatever,
into it.
like whatever, dude. Whatever.
But
you
that's
can
like
think
an
of.
internet term, like Rule 34.
Rule 34.
Yes.
I never heard that.
Yeah.
I never heard that. Sorry.
bringing terminology to the podcast today.
So educational today.
Oh,
guys.
she blonde,
Educational.
brunette.
Brunette.
She's right here. That's her.
Oh, that armor that wouldn't work for me.
Oh, trust me, she doesn't have the
she doesn't
armor.
have the armor.
Oh, then she takes the armor off.
Trust me, the armor's not there.
She's got like a redhead thing going on.
She got racked for days.
Totally,
That's all
yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
say.
She got a rack for days.
Racked for days.
Oh,
I don't want
nice.
to talk about her, but I want to talk about like what she does in the. I want to talk
No.
about like
Me?
her
Me and
abilities.
Flower vibing here.
We've
All right.
derailed real far.
I think in your first show, Flower, we talked Overwatch porn.
Yeah, and I said,
oh,
if
yeah.
you ever want to talk
Yeah.
about Overwatch porn, I'm
Hit
here
me up.
for it.
All right.
Hit me up.
Hit me
All
up.
right, sorry. You can go back to what you were doing.
We'll talk later.
It's okay. I mean, listen, we all appreciate a good Overwatch porn, all right?
This is true.
Widowmaker's got the booty.
Yeah, but you guys are
The-
just posing about it. Her and I are watching it.
Yeah, like we. I've been there. I've seen that. Trust me.
So I bring her up because awesome, love new characters in Overwatch, love Overwatch. The Paladins developer tweeted out going, this character looks really familiar. And he tweeted, if I happen to notice to point out any similarities between these two characters, would it make me the pot calling the he's saying this. He's saying, would that make me the pot calling the kettle black or the kettle calling the pot black? Because Paladins was
like
kind of a ripoff of
which one
Overwatch.
was first? Yeah.
And then they had this character that looks similar and performs similarly to Brigitte.
Brigitte.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty funny.
I mean, to be fair, how many tropes of characters can there be at any given time? Like, she's a generic paladin in generic terms. So, like, sure, they're similar, but they could be very different. Like, I can't see. I don't know. I don't really see the similarities
just like,
of
it
it, but
happened.
like, whatever. There's a paladin now. Yay, guys. It's like going, oh, there's a ninja. It has to be Taki. Like, I don't.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. Like, because like I look at Genji and I go, that's totally Cyborg Ninja from Metal Gear Solid. But
Right,
bringing
like-
it back. Bringing it back.
Hey, yeah,
baby.
how many cyborg ninjas can there be in the world?
But
It's true.
they're all tropes. Like, Overwatch does not have a original character. Like, all their characters are tropes of something.
It's
So
true. They are very I don't want to say stereotypy, but like
They're
yes.
very stereotypy.
Yeah, you can say that.
Oh, yeah?
Stereotypical,
They got their, like,
stereotypy.
Hurt Ninja, and then they got their, like, you know.
The German guy who's in his battle armor with he
Right.
likes to drink because he's in that video where he does that.
Oh yeah.
he
Reinhardt.
drinks, and
Yeah.
they got the IKEA gnome, and, like, you know, like, they don't. You can.
I was like, who? Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Who's the IKEA gnome?
Torbjorn?
Torbjorn.
Didn't I
Torbjorn.
read online
Torbjorn.
though that's her dad?
It is her dad, yes.
It is. That means that guy got laid. There's hope for us all.
Torbjorn has 7 kids, thank you.
Whoa!
Torbjorn.
He's
Overwatch
busy.
characters fuck official confirmed.
I mean, I could have told you that.
Yeah.
I've watched it. Trust
could-
me.
You know the
told
actual
you
stories.
I know.
that.
No. I'm not talking about like the porn, but like, the actual like legitimate story.
Canon stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Canon
sorry.
fucking.
It's canon.
Canon fucking.
Which is
a
also Rule
real
34
thing.
somewhere. I'm sure someone
There
is
we
out there
go.
fucking a canon.
Come on, guys.
I mean, Bastion,
Yeah.
man. He's got a
Hey.
cannon.
He's got a cannon.
Puts it places.
Does he wait? Does Torbjorn have a wife?
Yes.
Who, is she in the game?
No, she's not a playable character.
She's not playable.
Is there a
She
picture
shows
of
up
her?
in. She shows up in the comic books. I'm not sure if she's.
I'm gonna Google it.
I think she was a part
Google
of the
filter on.
holiday, thing. Like, she's a part of the holiday comic and things
Oh.
like that. So yeah,
Torbjorn wife.
I know way too much about Overwatch.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, she's fine.
She hot, and probably ruled.
Yeah, look at that.
Somewhere. Yeah,
Look at that.
IKEA gnome.
Mm-hmm.
Is Brigitte here? She's probably in this picture too.
Yeah, she probably.
We're looking at a picture of from the Christmas comic,
Yes.
the holiday comic, and what's his face is reading.
What's his face?
Oh, God.
He's dressed up like
Reinhardt?
Santa Claus.
Reinhardt? Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah, he's
A
I got your
Torbjorn
back.
Christmas.
Or no, nobody's dressed up as Santa Claus. Santa Claus just happens to be in the comic,
That's
right?
Torbjorn.
That's her.
Is it Torbjorn or Santa
Yeah,
Claus?
he has a Santa,
Oh, he's a Santa.
skin. For,
Skin, got it.
Yep.
Well, hell yeah.
I wish
Excited to
I
try
was
that.
more excited about Brigitte, but
Have
I'm kinda
either of you
tired
guys
support characters?
have either of you guys tried her on the
She
test
went
server?
live Tuesday on the
Right.
test server.
Yeah.
I don't have it installed right now.
Gotcha.
Been a little
gotcha.
busy playing other games.
Sure.
Doing that.
Those 250
I did.
games
I
on
did
Switch.
mention
Got everyone.
to
Every
Locke
one of them.
and Diamond. I would like to play some more Overwatch because one night when PUBG was down, we were like, let's see what Overwatch is doing. And we went in Overwatch, and I was like, having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That game is still got it.
It's still a fun game. Like, you pull it up every so often, you're like, this is what
I remember this last year.
I've only ever played Overwatch the week it came out on Xbox with Felix and Locke. I forget who else we jammed with Felix. Do you remember?
What is it again?
In Overwatch.
Overwatch. When we were playing Overwatch on Xbox, like when it released.
Oh, do I know when it released?
No. Who were we
Who
playing
were you
with?
playing with?
Besides
Oh, it
Locke.
was me. It was me, you, Locke, and was it Jeez and Crow? I know he played a lot with Jeez and Crow.
Yeah.
I think it was
Might have
Crow.
been.
I think it was Jeez
I
and
remember
Crow.
watching.
Yeah. But then the only time I played on PC was when me and Felix were at E3 2016. We did like a little jump in.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah,
We did. We jumped in and
for
did a little
T-Mobile.
Yeah.
It was the T-Mobile like sponsored
It was like hop in and play some
giant
play some rounds.
area
Yeah.
in the center of like
Yeah.
one of the rooms, and like they said hop in and play some Overwatch on the PC, dude. Like that was my first like experience playing a shooter on a PC. And,
Oh yeah.
and where I learned that aiming with a mouse is like unbelievably accurate.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
fun
play on
stuff.
It is.
I play on console like a scrub, so like,
Yeah.
Console pleb.
yeah.
Aim assist.
All I'm saying is I'm a master and no
Go
one
on.
here is.
That's true. No one
Just
here is.
saying.
So, next up,
Next up.
we got a new rumor drop for the new Battlefield game coming out this year.
I'm excited.
Oh.
And it's officially titled Battlefield V.
I'm going to stab you.
I did that on purpose because I knew that would get her. It's Battlefield 5 with the Roman numeral V. Yeah. Apparently, and they're going back to World War II. First time. This is the first World War II game ever. I'm really
I've
excited.
Never heard anything about World War II, so I'm really excited to dive into this
Yeah.
and really get
World War
into
II
the meat of
never
World
in
War
video
II.
games.
it's crazy. It's like a gold mine of undiscovered story and
Like how
thematic.
cool would it be to play like
content.
Normandy Beach? Like that.
What
would
if you
be
could experience
really
what it was
fun.
like to be in World War II?
Like this.
I'm
is
glad someone's
very
finally doing
interesting
it.
stuff.
I'm so finally.
Showing us what World War II was like.
Battlefield
That
1
one time.
sparked my interest entirely in seeing and learning about the battles of World War One.
Sure. Yeah.
What? Did I cut you off?
No, we were doing a bit, and it's great. No, you're going.
I'm in and out. Sorry.
know.
I'm nodding off.
Are you okay, man?
Listen.
need a nap?
It's
I'm
the,
sorry,
The
that-
Avengers Infinity
It
War
really
news
fucked me up, dude.
fucked him up.
I just
Real
have to be
good.
We
honest
should have
to our
postponed
audience.
recording.
Yeah, he had to.
No, that's okay. No, it's just
We should tell
I'm
the
like-
world. We
I'm
should tell the world.
physically sick, kind of because of this. Like
So it's coming out May 4th.
no, but they
We
need to
took- you took
understand
time
context.
off of it.
They just need to understand the context. I work a very specialized job where I work,
Yes.
and I have to request off like months in advance for something, and they have been consistent on the time when their movies release for every other fucking movie in the series. This has been
This is unprecedented.
consistent,
Precedented.
right? Which means I'm no longer going to trust anything they fucking do. Like they cannot do this for this fucking release. It's such bullshit. Anyway, god damn, I'm so pissed off. Seriously.
Yeah, it's not
I
cool.
literally
We're with
cannot
you, man.
see it that night. I work 12 to 9
Listen,
every
as
Thursday.
as you know, I see all these movies with you.
Yeah, and I don't go to late shows because I fall asleep when I'm watching them.
We'll figure it out. We'll
We'll make it work.
We're
I
gonna
can,
make it
I can
happen.
do your
We'll
job
figure it
for
out.
like a day.
I think what I'm
Promise.
just going to do. I think what I'm going to do
just
is
quit.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Take a sabbatical.
No,
That's the
no.
thing,
I
right?
think I'm compromising my own head, which is I think it's okay if I just go to the late show. I'll just go to the late
do some
show.
coke, dude.
We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
Just rip a bump.
I'm so fucked up. So I apologize for derailing the show tonight.
You're totally. I was just messing. I was just messing. We were making a joke
What
about.
were you saying about Battlefield?
We were saying they're
We're
going.
like, thank God that Battlefield 5 is doing World War
Doing
II
World
because
War
no
II.
one else has ever
We've
fucking
never
done
seen
World
it
War II
before.
before.
Right.
Yep, no.
Well, wouldn't you be excited though if Ubisoft announced that Assassin's Creed was going to World War II?
Yes.
Even though we've seen like World War II,
No.
I guess so.
but World War II recycled for so many other games, it would be neat to see World War II. For
Not
like,
in a shooter setting.
not in a shooter
Yes.
setting. Yeah, that's
No.
what I meant.
Yes, agree. I agree.
Like every World War II game, there's no
Look.
storylines in World War II you want to see. Oh, really?
I'd be okay. I'm in. I'd buy that.
See,
I don't know, man.
I'm into the two biggest wars that we've had in our history. Like, I'm into them. Like, right, I've heard more information.
And I think that's why I don't want to see it.
Yeah, they've just been the world with like History Channel jamming it down our throats constantly.
Look, when Assassin's Creed 3 came out, I was very excited because I was like, I've never seen the Revolutionary War setting before.
Right.
And it was absolute garbage because the personal storyline that threaded through that game was garbage.
It is true, Flower. World War II is more documented than any other conflict or war in the history of like time, like probably.
Yeah, and I follow World
Other
War II
than Rome,
heavily.
maybe.
Like I pay attention to it. I know these stories and everything like that. I just don't. I don't want them to introduce a new character into World War II and make them relevant because they aren't relevant, and I can't. I
Wait,
won't
what
feel
are we
it.
talking about?
Like we were talking about, you're talking about Assassin's Creed in a World War II setting. And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I couldn't care about you because there's so many more fascinating things that were happening.
Oh, in the world?
Yeah, that aren't
people
this
want
Assassin's
like
Creed person.
Assassin's Creed
Oh.
China, like ancient China or
Yeah.
Japan, like that.
Oh,
that
you're
would be
saying
really
you
cool.
want you want Assassin's Creed in somewhere else,
Yeah,
in
like-
another time period.
There
Okay,
are
yeah,
other
that's fine.
interesting
Care about you.
cultures
There are
to
other
visit.
ones. Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like other interesting places and cultures and time periods.
Yeah, they still have not gone to Japan.
They haven't.
I would know.
You would know.
You, as our
That's
official
Assassin's
Ragged
Creed-
Japanese correspondent.
Ooh. What if the lead character in this World War II Assassin's Creed game was
This hypothetical
Japanese?
one.
Because that's
Ooh.
very realistic. That could
is
happen,
very
right?
realistic there.
Yeah.
Japan
Just
was heavily
disclaimer,
involved
there is
in
no
the Pacific,
Japanese Assassin's
in the
Creed
Pacific Theater.
In case you guys are wondering,
Yeah,
we're just making this game
we're talking
up.
about
This is
the
the dream, but-
Japanese World War II focused Assassin's Creed game. Everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Confirmed
when
on
did this
Kotaku
happen?
the next day.
When did this
Emergent
happen?
Gamer guys talk about this game.
The Pacific Theater Assassin's Creed game would be amazing.
All I'm saying is, if you guys want to pick this up, like you should, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Got my pre-order in.
Ubisoft
Yeah.
just happens to be listening to us one day.
I'm gonna steal it.
Thanks,
Yeah, I got a great idea.
What's the
Anyway,
name?
back
Yves.
Yves Gilmon.
Yves, you listening out there, bud?
Yeah,
We got
Hey,
we
Bill.
got the ideas.
we got stuff. Call me.
We got some.
We're giving it to
We
you.
got some.
At me,
So
bro.
Battlefield 5?
Battlefield V5.
No.
V5. Very 5.
Very 5. It's Battlefield V.
World War 5.
5.
World War V.
World War 5.
So this is the first game set in World War II since 2009, Battlefield 1943, which was the game.
World
Oh,
Was
War
that a full
2009.
game?
I was like,
Was that
wait.
a full game?
1943?
I
It was a downloadable remaster of 1942.
that was the one that had the islands. That was very much
Yeah.
heavily in the
See,
Pacific Theater.
when Battlefield 1942 came out, I was playing the shit out of that game.
I didn't do any of those games back in the day.
That was an impressive game. That was a fun game to play.
I did LAN.
LAN parties, yep.
I did LAN parties. Well, my friend had two Xbox 360s. Is that what we're talking about?
1943 was released on that, yeah.
Yeah. So my buddy had two Xbox 360s, and then he had two televisions, two giant I don't know if they were HD TVs.
They're probably
or
like the
thin
big
TVs.
boxes with the fat asses
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah,
But he had two
TVs.
big TVs and two Xbox 360s, and we basically played this game in a room together.
Yeah.
That was my first, like, I guess, co-op online experience where I didn't have to see a split screen.
And you had your
Gotcha.
you had your whole thing just for yourself.
You had your own screen, you were playing with your friend.
And it was great. I loved it. It was
Dude,
very
1943, I got that when I first got my PS3. Because I played 42 back on my old PC days, like my original old days. But then when I got my PS3, I was like, I got to play some Battlefield 1943. Holy shit, man. I was reliving. I was having nostalgia from the nostalgia.
Right.
I'm getting nostalgia right now, remembering the nostalgia of me
Nostalgia-ception.
playing. Yeah, you know what I mean? It was a fun time. And one Garand, the Garand gun, it's my favorite gun in a video game. You know why?
I don't tell me.
It's the gun that's it's a semi-automatic, like tick, it goes boop, doop, doop, and then it makes that bing sound when you empty the clip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when it empties.
When
yeah.
it empties, it goes bing, and then it's like a really satisfying sound because then you reload it.
No, I'm listening. I'm not making. I just literally
You're
don't know.
staring at me, you're like,
I don't know what this is, and I'm just waiting.
I
to
believe
hear
a
more
soldier
about
on a battlefield feels very satisfied by that sound as well.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
an actual
I'm
battlefield.
just. This is me like remembering the feeling of firing that.
Your blank face trip is
Yeah,
the
you were
greatest thing,
staring
and
at
I
me.
wish I could insert it into the podcast.
Now he's
so I
going to
could
play a
see
video
it.
of someone shooting an
Here we go.
actual
I'm just
one.
interested.
This is going to be so underwhelming. Yeah, it's the
that's
shell.
the-
It's the
It's
shell.
the shell
No, wait,
dropping on the ground.
Wait for it to finish the clip. Because it's gonna, bing. It does because it pops out the slide.
It's like, and that's the sound it would make, like in a tropical environment with trees, with no concrete anywhere near where you were shooting.
Yeah.
It would make that sound
those
wherever you were, regardless of
Very
the
echoey
environment.
metal sounds as
Yeah.
the shell lands on the sand. And
I know.
You're
Look, I
not
know it's a weird thing to point
You're
out.
not
but
even in a room.
when it comes to sound design, it feels really good on my
the
ears.
ground.
Even
grass.
though not realistic whatsoever.
What do they call that
It's
when the
not?
sound
No,
is
it's sort of what
wrong
it sounds like.
in film?
Only if it was like against something, like you're in the jungle.
What do you mean?
That doesn't make
I
sense.
don't know the
no.
term.
The gun itself pings when the thing slides out.
The
It
sound
goes like,
I just heard was the sound of a shell hitting a concrete floor after it
Yeah.
got
That's
ejected
definitely
from
what
a
it
gun.
was.
No, guys, that's not what I'm talking. I'm not talking about the sound of the shell hitting the floor.
You're right, Neo.
I'm talking
You know
about
what?
when the clip empties.
I heard the other thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes.
There was some other kind of room echo to that too.
Yeah.
And we should go to
It's
a
all right.
shooting range and actually see if the gun sounds like this, because I don't
I
think.
mean, they
Where are
probably
we
just
getting this gun?
they just ADR'd this probably in a room.
Yeah,
So
that's probably true.
Wait, the grand ping. Here.
Well, I will tell you one thing.
is the
Donald
term.
Trump is after that sound, dude. He doesn't want that sound anymore in games.
It makes like a.
That's the one
all-
that's setting them off.
It's all
to
the game's
fire it.
fault.
Oh, don't talk about it.
I
That's
don't
the sound.
Like dystopias,
That's it goes. Fing.
but okay.
But the clattering
That.
is it landing?
That's it landing. But
just
the,
the
the
fing.
first sound of it going. Fring. That sound.
okay.
All right.
I'm with you.
I'm done talking about
I was
this.
with you the whole time. I was
Thanks.
just letting you explain it. That was good.
Satisfying sound.
It's a satisfying
I'm sure
because
that's what it's
what
gonna
I
say.
played a lot of 1943, and that was the only gun I used in the game. And so I always, but I didn't even count I counted my bullets. I didn't look at the screen's HUD, and I just knew.
just heard,
I
yeah.
just knew it because of the sound.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's all I'm talking. That's all I'm talking about, you guys.
So I'm excited for Battlefield 5 because I enjoyed the 6 campaigns you get to play in Battlefield 1, which encouraged me to want to learn more about the actual battles of Battlefield
Yes.
of
Of the
World War
battlefields.
One. Yes, because I didn't know about these battlefields of World War One. Now I know considerably more about the battlefields of World War II just from years of watching documentaries and all kinds of shit like that. So I want to see if this piques more, like by playing this game, if it piques more of an interest in those battle. Because I didn't know, like what the cool thing that they did with the 6 segments is they showed the different theaters of the war. So you got to see the tank driver in one of them. You got to see the assassin, the female assassin that's working with Lawrence of Arabia in the desert.
Oh.
Which is like things that you didn't really think. When you think of World War One, you see gas, dudes in trenches and gas. That's what we've been seeing in film. Like I can name like 3 or 4 films that took that scene and like recreated it again. Right?
Sure.
Wonder Woman is a great example. The most recent Wonder Woman movie. You saw the no man's land with the 2 trenches and she crosses it. Right? We see that all the time, but we didn't know. We forget that theater was entirely in the Middle East, like with parts of Africa largely taken over by various warring armies and shit, and it was neat to discover that and then go and learn more about that. I didn't even know about the Dardanelles, which was a huge failure on the part of the British when they tried to basically cut off the Dardanelles Strait, the Black Sea, between the Black Sea and the Mediterranean, so that
I'm learning all this right now.
So the Russians basically could not get. It's not the Russians, so that the Ottomans were going to threaten the ability for the Russians and the British to communicate. Am I remembering this wrong? No, I'm remembering this right.
You could say whatever the fuck, and I'd be
we
like,
decided on
yes.
fact checking in this episode.
Russians
so
and the
we
British.
have-
That is-
sorry,
Look it up,
I'm
guys.
just look, Russians and the British were aligned, and Germans and the Austro-Hungarians were the
Opposing.
antagonizers, basically. And they were aligned with the Ottomans, and the Ottomans controlled the Dardanelles. So the British said, we're going to stomp the Ottomans. And that's what essentially brought the Ottomans into the war, basically. Because they controlled that area, and that would cut off the shipping between the Russian ports and the British Empire, basically. And anyway, that's my little World War I lesson
Sweet.
for today.
Tune in next week for more of
but
that.
I hope that Battlefield 5's whatever, if they do 6 stories or if they do an even more developed campaign like previous Battlefield games, I think it would be neat.
Speaking of the campaign, the reason why this news is kind of significant is because it was already rumored that they were doing a Bad Company 3.
Oh.
Are you familiar with the Bad Company games?
Yeah, most of those take place in Vietnam.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and they focused around a group of soldiers. It was like a Band of Brothers style story.
Yeah, during primarily Vietnam.
And people liked it. It had really nice building physics, blowing up buildings.
Yeah, you were taking buildings down.
Yeah, it was really good.
All of
That's when I think of Battlefield. That's what I think of. Here you.
You're
Touch that.
You're smacking the top of your and it's coming through all the microphones.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Like, now they did the thing and the great stuff. So it's like, let's get this out of the
This
way.
was
if we
great
can.
stuff.
Oopsie doopsie.
This was the great stuff.
You'd be
guys.
surprised at how much a noise gate takes down that kind of noise.
I'm sure we'll learn that too.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Guys, I'm going to learn how to edit this episode tonight.
Exactly. And
Great.
that's the episode.
And on that note, let's call it.
Good stuff.
Great stuff.
We
Good
learned,
little.
we learned things today.
I learned about the Ottomans.
Learned about Japan.
Yeah.
Learned about the
I didn't
Garand.
learn enough about Japan.
it. Oh man,
Not enough. Not enough. You need more time on Japan.
It's all right. It's all right.
We'll do a special correspondence.
They were an
Yeah, so once I
antagonizer in
come
World War
back
II.
From, Japan. The
Did you hear me?
second time.
They were an antagonizer in World War II.
Yeah, I know. But they're wacky now.
They're wacky now.
Little wacky Japanese. Thanks for the games.
Thanks for all the fun.
Thanks for the tentacle monsters.
I'll start it off. This is Trip Zero. Thank you guys so much for listening to the episodes out there. Find the Emergent Gamer on all of our socials, Emergent_Gamer. We have a Discord now that has a good amount of people in there. We're chatting. All the hosts are in it. The correspondents are in it. We've got a good amount of people just having fun, hanging out, talking games. That's where
Posting
we can find
stuff,
out
fun videos,
where we all go live too. It's a great
memes.
hub for us. So please join our Discord. You will find it on our social medias, I believe. Felix, you can find links to the Discord. Where can they? What's the best place?
Gamer.
Did you update it? The Discord? Did you put the Discord free link like anywhere? I didn't do it. We're gonna do it.
You're,
People-
Right.
you're
people-
tweeting it. You tweeted
Been
it.
tweeting the hell out of it. If you follow Emergent_Gamer on Twitter, you
You'll
can
see it
definitely
there.
see
Yeah,
the
so
Discord
follow us
link
on
Twitter.
through that. So follow us on Twitter.
Myself, I am Trip Zero. All of my socials, including most importantly Twitch, it's Trip Zero TV. Find me and follow me there. Obviously, big push is Twitch, but find me on the Facebook and YouTube too, because I want to start those up so I just have more places to get in touch with people, and those are just fresh, new accounts. Facebook is very, very fresh. YouTube, I'm getting my playthroughs up of like Breath of the Wild and Shadow of the Colossus. I'm putting them up in hour chunks.
Cool.
And then starting on March 2nd, Friday night, so the night this episode is being released, Metal Gear March starts. That's my own event, playing every Metal Gear in release
Gear.
order.
Yeah, so this episode will be
Metal
released in the
Gear.
morning. You're listening to this during the day, probably. You should catch out.
Get ready.
Trep Zero TV tonight.
Generally, my schedule for streaming is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 p.m. I might start earlier because I have to pack a lot into March before Sea of Thieves.
Now, are you
So
prepping this by like reading a guide or something for like these old games?
I'm playing through the old games, so I know like pretty much just what to do to get them over with.
Okay, so you're like
And I've played them before. I played 1
Okay.
and 2 when I originally went through the Legacy Collection.
I've never
So-
played these games.
2, dude?
I've never played the original
2
Metal Gears.
is a 2D Metal Gear Solid. Well, I guess it's honestly the other way around. But like Metal Gear Solid just copied like even story beats.
Didn't I bring this up like last
Story
week?
beats from 2. Like there's a ninja.
This
There's-
sounds like a whole nother episode instead of a goodbye.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah.
We should. Let's just talk.
Yeah.
Let's just say
Don't
here and
produce
talk
the
about
don't
Metal
produce
Gear.
the producer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get you back on track. If you
I
want to
appreciate you. Thank
continue,
you. Thank you so much.
proceed.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anyway, Metal Gear March.
We're gonna come back at the end of the month and talk about this.
We will. We're gonna
I
recap.
just listen. I just want an episode of just Metal Gear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we're
talk
gonna
about it.
come
We'll get
back and find out if he actually did it.
Oh, snap.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Damn.
It's gonna
I
happen.
challenge you
Came
to a duel,
directly
sir.
for you.
Yeah, I bought a bandana. I'm gonna wear a bandana on stream.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Please do.
I'm
Box.
gonna smoke while I play this.
All right, that's weird. Don't do that.
That's not weird. It's how I see lasers.
You know what you should
That's
get? No, hold on.
It's true. That's how you see lasers. It's true. He's
You
not
know-
wrong.
True.
You know what you should find? They're probably old and brittle now, but they're sold probably somewhere in like a vintage shop. You should go get those candy cigarettes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The ones that actually
Have
create like
dust.
like a dust.
Janie Cat had that exact idea on stream last night because I was talking about smoking, and I was like, I don't want to smoke in my room, but I think it'd be just hilarious to have a cigarette, like a lit cigarette.
Wear an eye patch while you
Where's
play
your eye
too.
patch?
When I move on through the story,
Yeah,
we'll change up a little bit.
We got to get you a whole wardrobe. We're ready for this.
Trust me,
We are
I'm ready.
ready.
I'm
Highly
excited.
What is
advised
it, Friday?
against you smoking actual nicotine on stream.
Yeah,
You will become addicted. And you will die of lung cancer.
I've already.
Yeah, I
I've
just
been-
quit cigarettes, man. Come on, don't get me back.
I've been
True.
through that phase.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't have addictive personality. Thank the universe. So
This is the worst sign off ever, guys.
I know. Like,
Emergent_gamer, Trip Zero TV.
Totally. Neo_Yoshi on Twitter, Neo Yoshi on Twitch. I've been streaming
You have
consistently.
You
I
have
know.
It's been happening.
We've been
I
doing
popped
good.
in.
He has.
Did you really?
Yeah. I'm a
Say hi, say hi,
I'm a
yo.
creeper. Like
Say
I just
hi.
pop into things
she
and just
creeps.
like, oh,
You already creep.
hey,
Oh, like,
person.
what are you doing? What are you
Let-
playing?
Sleeping
Let-
What are
Flower
you doing?
says something to
Let
me
the
every now and
lurkers
then.
lurk.
But she says something to me every now and then, but she's primarily a lurker.
Yeah, I'm a lurker.
I've
I'll,
seen-
Nothing
I've
wrong
seen
with
her
lurking,
name.
man.
I'll
Nothing
be
wrong with
there,
it.
but like I ain't gonna say nothing.
Well, you know what I learned yesterday setting up my stream last night for PUBG? I learned that my webcam was like putting out video at like 480p.
Oh,
And then I was like,
so
what the hell? And I
yeah.
upped it, and I was like, oh, this looks way better.
Nice.
Great. Good
Nice,
stuff.
nice, nice.
Just,
Good stuff.
just learning streaming, you know what I mean? Just
Hey,
learning
Gotta
it.
You
do
only
it.
learn by do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Felix Hergood. Twitch.tv/Felix Hergood, Mixer.com/Felix Hergood. I stream to both services, so you can catch me on both simultaneously.
Catch me outside.
So it happens at the exact
love
same
it.
time. If you watch me on either, if you follow me on both, I'll consider you a Mitch, a little Mixer, a little Twitch. Thank you. Thank you
Love
for
that.
Felix is
come to my
Mitch's.
Mitch chat. Come to my Mitch chat.
Hashtag
And-
Mitch.
This is like when, he was,
Hashtag Mitch,
when
yeah.
Mixer was Beam, and he was calling
Yeah.
everyone
Well,
Beamers.
I was gonna-
and I was like, I don't think you should call people that.
I was going
Yeah.
bitch chat.
Bitch
Yeah.
chat.
I was like, join the bitch chat.
Yeah.
And, it worked at the time. Now Mitch works better.
Mitch does
Although
work
somebody
better.
came up to me and said, "You know what that means, dude?
Oh, God.
It means male bitch." And I'm like, why does everybody got to spin it into something negative?
Also, why can't that just be a
Should be a
bitch? Why
bitch.
can't a guy just be a
Like,
bitch?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, it's just Mitch, Mixer Twitch. That's what it is.
Sounds about
Which
right.
is also a guy's name, FYI.
Yeah, you
It
you
is.
Just
catch me
saying.
playing a bunch of games. So
How about that? Oh, that leaves me. I'm Flower. I occasionally stream twitch.tv/sleepingflower. You can find me at sleepingflowerx on Twitter. And that's pretty much it. I don't really do anything else.
cool.
Word.
All right, guys. Have fun. Have a good night, day, whatever.
Oh,
Catch you
see
later.
me.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Yep. Time away threshold for this location has been met on the dates below. I literally cannot go to fucking Infinity War on the day it opens. I'm so fucking infuriated right
What
now.
if you open instead of?
There's just no way.
Yep, this is it.
There's just no goddamn way I can go to fucking Infinity War.
Angry girls looking at you while showing you their panties. That's the name of the. It's called.
I'd watch it.